Anyone who has used one of Fitbit's entry-level fitness trackers before will know exactly what to expect from the Fitbit Alta HR. Simply put, this is the Fitbit Alta plus heart rate monitor. What that means is you're getting a device that is great for passive users and that will reliably track steps taken, sleep quality, and basic activities. It has one of the best app ecosystems out there and a solid design that's comfortable to wear. However, this is not a device meant for serious athletes or even anyone with more than a passing interest in running or other activities such as CrossFit. For those casual users, this is a likeable and well-made tracker that is worthy of your consideration. I'm Adam Shinitsky. Let's turn the tables and see just how fit for purpose the Fitbit Alta HR is. In terms of appearance, this device barely deviates from the Fitbit Alta that came before it. It's a slim tracker that blends into its strap. It has a simple black screen that requires a firm tap to activate and scroll through, and this is the only input that the HR will recognise, and it's not particularly sensitive. It gets annoying quickly. You can also turn the screen on to check the time by bringing your wrist up to your face. This works about 80% of the time. The straps have been updated since the last generation of Altas and now use more conventional and less fiddly locking systems, which is welcome. The other good news is that you can swap out the straps to find the one that best suits your personal style or lack thereof. And yes, it is backwards compatible with the Alta, meaning that you can try all the fancy leather and metal straps that are already out there. The Alta HR is comfortable to wear. It doesn't get in the way much, and it's certainly a welcome break from my bulky Vivo Active HR. It's visible enough to say, hey, I track my health, but not ostentatious enough to draw unwanted attention. Battery life is fairly middling, and although it claims it can manage 7 days, I've found mine tends to start running low at around 5. I've seen better from far more feature-packed devices, but it's long enough not to be an issue for most use case scenarios. The charger is proprietary, so don't lose it, but it's easy enough to use and charges fairly quickly. There are some very basic smartwatch features here. Specifically, you can receive notifications on your wrist, as with most other trackers these days, as well as calls and calendar reminders. Notifications are limited to just a few apps though, and messages are truncated even when you choose the maximum length for them in the settings. After they've disappeared, there's no way of getting them back to see the messages you missed. It's nice not having to get your phone out to see who texted you or who's calling, but that's as far as it goes. Do not buy this as a smartwatch. But this device is all about the fitness tracking. Earlier I described the ideal user for this device as being passive, and that's particularly accurate seeing as nearly everything the Fitbit Alta does happens on the down low. Step counting of course happens in the background and is pretty accurate for the most part, but so too does most of the activity tracking. That is to say that you don't tell the Alta HR that you're going for a run or engaging in sports, rather it will try to detect it on its own. You do have the option to start a walk, hike or run if you wanted to sync with the GPS though, but there's no way to manually begin other activities. Specifically, the Fitbit Alta HR can automatically identify and track walks, runs, outdoor bike, the elliptical machine, aerobic workouts and sports. As an entry-level fitness tracker, there is no GPS built in here. There's no water resistance this time either, unlike the Flex 2, so swimming is off the cards. There's also no way to track weight training, which for me is a big letdown. Looking at the Fitbit during a workout also doesn't provide any useful information. Fortunately, the algorithm here, called Smart Track because why not, appears fairly impressive, in keeping with the other Fitbits I've tried out. Only now it has the added benefit of a heart rate monitor for even better accuracy. It can successfully auto-detect bike rides and runs, which never ceases to amaze, but that said it's not infallible. I recently used some edge trimmers to cut the grass around the edge of my lawn for instance, and the Alta HR recorded that as a bike ride. The heart rate monitor provides an interesting additional metric for your workouts, but it's not as accurate as more sports-oriented trackers during training, and it doesn't provide a particularly detailed breakdown after activities either. Rather, it mainly comes in useful as a way to track your heart rate throughout the day and to provide you with a score for your resting heart rate. This is a useful measure of overall fitness and a nice addition to have. If you're dedicated to your gym sessions and runs, you'll be able to see your fitness improve over time. You can also check your current heart rate at any time during the day, and the heart rate monitoring should result in a slightly more accurate total for your daily calories burned as well. The heart rate monitor also ensures that users can take advantage of the new and improved sleep tracking, which now breaks your sleep down into 4 distinct stages: awake, REM, light, and deep. This is possibly the best implementation I've yet to experience with sleep tracking. It's accurate in my testing, and the additional information is very welcome and useful. I'm actually going to miss this when I stop using the Alta HR, and it really is well done. Oh, and there's also movement reminders, which are pretty much par for the course these days, although it's a nice touch when the device challenges you to feed it 170 steps. The big bonus of using any Fitbit device, though, is the software. The Android app remains one of the most intuitive and useful of any fitness tracking solution on the Play Store, and there's fantastic support and integration from a wide range of other services, ranging from Alexa and IFTTT to MyFitnessPal. Insights are useful, and the badges and messages are generally motivating. The popularity of Fitbit is also a big plus here, as it means you'll be much more likely to be able to find friends to compete with. I've been challenging my wife with the Weekend Warrior Challenge, which has been a fun way to encourage a few more steps out of us both.
Do you see what you get when you mess with the warrior?
So the big question is whether or not the Fitbit Alta HR can improve your health and help you lose weight. The answer to that is yes. If you diligently track your calories consumed and calories burned, then make sure to maintain a deficit, you should see steady weight loss. The heart rate monitor will only help to make that calculation more accurate, and the automatic activity tracking is seamless and certainly useful. Less driven users will likewise benefit from the ability to track runs and monitor their sleep and resting heart rate. As they say, that which is monitored improves. That said, those looking for full smartwatch features, or who are more serious about their training, should look elsewhere for something that comes with more precise and fully featured activity tracking. I'll be sticking with my Vivo Active HR. This does a lot for a basic health tracker, but it falls short of being a full sports tracker. There's nothing particularly new or exciting about the Fitbit Alta HR. This is literally the Alta but with a heart rate monitor thrown in for good measure. But that heart rate monitor makes a big difference and opens up a lot more possibilities for sleep tracking and for calorie counting. It's refinement rather than true innovation, but that's often what yields the best and most reliable technology. You pay a little more for Fitbit as compared with other similar products from other manufacturers, but in exchange you get a reliable brand with a thriving ecosystem. It's nice to wear, good at what it does, and has a decent amount of features for basic health tracking and light activity tracking. If you're a casual user looking to collect a little data about your health and maybe shed a few pounds, then the Fitbit Alta HR is a fairly comprehensive and very reliable choice. So I hope you found that interesting and useful, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you did, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing, and I highly recommend you check out AndroidAuthority.com, as we are your source for all things Android.